Morning, it's the 8th of April, it's Easter Sunday tomorrow. Happy Easter, anyone who celebrates that kind of thing. We do try and take it a bit easier over Easter, but I must admit this year, spring corn planting seems to have got a bit behind, so not that we've missed any opportunities particularly, it's just been very wet for the last few weeks, so I think Sam's going to do some drilling down at my uncle's today, and then I don't know if we're desperate tomorrow, we might end up doing a field for us tomorrow as well, because we've still got a reasonable bit to do. Just having a look, these are our winter oats that I'm just looking at here. Rightly or wrongly, I've got some Gimmer lambs on here at the moment, so the sheep that are in here, they're ones we buy in, they're organic from a farmer up in North Yorkshire. They're about a year old now, and we'll tup these, so we'll put them to the ram this coming autumn. So really all I want to do is keep them very as cheaply as I possibly can for the year. So I've got them on these winter oats at the moment. They look to be they're spread out, so I think they're quite enjoying it. There's a couple of old ewes in them, so they'll probably come wandering across to us in a minute. I put a couple of old ewes with them just to makes them easier for us to work with. If you rattle a bag of corn, they'll follow you out the field rather than having to chase around after them. So yeah, they're grazing these winter oats at the moment, so we will be combining these oats later on in the year. But anyone who keeps cattle and sheep will realise that in spring you often don't have any grass. My sheep are in the lambing yards at the moment, apart from these ones, and the cattle are all still in the yards. So I kind of think if I can keep these on a couple of arable fields for a week or two, it just gives my permanent grasses just a chance to grow a bit in spring, because otherwise you end up on top of them all summer, especially last summer because it was very dry. I mean, this summer might be very wet yet, but we'll see. So yeah, these lot are just grazing this. There's one of the old ewes. She's coming to see me because she thinks she's got some food, but if you look, she'll bring the rest of the sheep towards us as well, and it just makes them easier to deal with. So, unfortunately, you won't be having any lambs this year, will you? I don't know why you're so tame. She follows behind and kicks your heels while you're walking. I don't think they're damaging the oats though. In fact, there's 40 acres here and there's only about 80 sheep, so it'll be growing quicker than they're eating it. Most of it, they're just nibbling the tops off. Like this, you can see where they're just taking the top leaves. There are odd patches where they've been laid down, where they're taking it a bit further. Down here. I think that'll come through all right. I don't think the actual head of the corn starts coming up through the crop, and you don't want to graze that off, but I don't think we're at that stage yet. So I was hoping these lot might stay on here for another week anyway. Like I say, it's growing quicker than they're eating it at the moment, and I wouldn't mind them getting a week on my organic wheat as well. So the other thing about this field is I haven't done any weed control at all at the moment. That's partly because this field's bad for charlock, and charlock's generally a winter crop weed. A spring crop weed. So the charlock hasn't grown very much in here. I think if I went through here with my comb harrow, there's a danger I might set a lot of charlock off germinating now, so I'm tempted to leave it. There's quite a bit of chickweed in the bottom, which is this stuff, but it's got a nice flower, so I'm assuming some insects must like it. And it doesn't grow that tall, it's not such a big problem, so I'm not worried about that. That's covering the ground. There is some charlock around. Right here, that's charlock. And that is, but it looks like a sheep or something might have eaten the top off that one. So you never know, sheep might help on that. So I'm tempted to just go with it and see what happens. The crop's very strong, so hopefully that'll grow away from any weeds anyway. So we'll see how we go. But yeah. These ladies are looking very nice. So a few of them are a bit dirty behind. I think next time we get them in, we're going to have to annoyingly dag a few of them's back ends out. Which, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but often seems to be my job. Beautiful morning though. Hello lady. They're relaxing things to look around a sheep. Anyway, happy Easter everyone. I'll see how sorry girls, they're a bit flighty. I'll maybe film Sam doing a bit of drilling later on. I was hoping it was going to be dry enough. I've got a few fields of spring barley down at my uncle's, which I may get rolled today, I'll see. Mainly because I want the tractor to go and do some drilling somewhere else. For a neighbour, possibly tomorrow, we'll see. Okay, see you all later, bye. Morning. These look alright. It's the 12th of April. Really can't work out farming sometimes. These are our organic spring oats. I drilled these in one of our previous videos. We drilled them in the snow. It wasn't really bad conditions, but it certainly wasn't ideal. I had to go to a meeting, I left Sam drilling them. And it was far from ideal by the time we finished. The frost had come out, it was sticky, it was wet. And they've come out brilliantly. The soil's a bit lumpy on top, but that'll break down. It's going to be undersown as well. It's amazing how the oats have grown through these clots. That if you dig down under there, the seed for that will have been there. It is grown right through that clot. So it's amazing what crops can grow through. What I can't work out, some of the early stuff we've drilled, it's just a little bit. You can see wheelings behind the drill, and I don't know whether it's slugs or crows or both. Maybe the power harrow's managed to get its wheelings in the same place as the drill, I think, but they'll fill out, but they just look a bit streaky at the moment. But yeah, this crop's looking, it's come brilliantly, and we were a bit light on the seed rate as well, but because everything's grown, it'll be fine. Just goes to show you, sometimes you can put as much seed in as you want, but if it's going to grow, it'll grow with not many seeds. If it's not going to grow, you could put as much seed as you want on and it won't make any difference. But anyway, it's interesting. We're nicely into lambing now. It's a horrible storm last night. I haven't looked at the lambs this morning now. Thought I'd let the sun get up first and get them warmed up. I'm hoping they're all still alright. Because we turned some very young lambs out last night, but it was a horrible, wet and stormy night. But we'll go and have a look. I'll put Seth away though first. Seth and I went to see the sheep yesterday morning. He didn't get bowled over by a sheep, but I don't think Seth's quick enough to get out of the way of ewes at the moment. He's a bit arthritic, so I don't think it's fair on him to take him go in the Land Rover or in the Panda, but I won't walk through with him again. Because the ewes are a bit protective and they'll tend to chase dogs and things. And they didn't get him, but he fell over. So, poor old lad. Right, we'll see you later. I'm going to be hopefully filming a bit of lambing later on. Got Christopher coming to help us today as well. Should be good. Very good. See you later. Found it. She'd lost number 9 for a little bit. She wants it, Christopher.
That's very good, that.
Christopher found his mummy. Done his good turn for the day. Should only have one number 9. Oh well, one set of number 9s, but it appears we have 2. We tried to put it with the wrong one, I think. All's well that ends well.